Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Nabi. So, in case one's still wondering why the Afro men are leaving, they're getting passports and leaving. This video is going to be not only wake-up calls that some women are having, and not only an example of how those women that have awakened are having to be in battle with other women on this propaganda front that everything that's been going on is the man's fault when it's clearly the woman's fault, right? Not only are we dealing in a society where there is no accountability given to the B-dub in the so-called Black American society, but if you look at all the tools that the Caucasians are using to spread what they want around the world, if you look at who their messenger is, take a look at it, you will find that we're not dealing with somebody that actually cares about the community. We're dealing with somebody that cares about doing whatever the hell they want to do, and they will force people or try to force people to have a positive image of what they're doing. All right, but this is falling flat on its face as everybody is starting to clap back. All right, and such is the wickedness that is going on that it is now getting harder for other ABW to make excuses for the trauma, tragedy, and devastation these women have wrought on the so-called Black community. All right, so let's get into this real quick, and I want to concentrate on Melanie King. All right, and these links will be in the description box so that you can see the conversation that's being had in its entirety. And I think these were clips from Pearly Things, Just Pearly Things, and I want you to also keep something else in mind. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is that anybody that comes out and tells the truth will instantly be under attack, not only by the ABW, but their simp minions as well. All right, now before we get into that, okay, let me remind you, my Cash App and PayPal will be in the description box. Also, that you take care of yourself and family first before you donate to anyone. All right, now also in the description box you will see links, these links that you see before this part, right? They will be in the description box so that you can see everything in context, which I put out everything in its context, but you can see the whole videos that these come from. Also, this is a new channel, so please subscribe and share. I've been preaching this stuff since 2013, but brothers have fell off sharing the real old school people's videos for what is new and not as honest. Okay, yeah, the truth hurts some people, but the truth is good for us because it helps us to navigate our way through the very things that are trying to destroy us. All right, so let me say that. Now let's kick this off so y'all can see what's really going on. All right, hey brothers and sisters, I want y'all to take a look at this, right? And this is how sad this is. Understand that this is Melanie King, and I forgot the other brother, but I wanted to and the reason why I didn't put his name up here because I wanted you to concentrate specifically on what Melanie King is saying. All right, so pay attention.
Most men know of a man who they have a child with the lovely young lady. The child's mother can utilize some false accusation to remove that child from that man's life. Shit, I got a story on my channel, me being falsely accused of some shit. We all of us, but see, we want to talk.
I will put his channel up in the description box along with this whole episode. All right, this is why I keep telling y'all to look in the description box. It'll be right below my donation links.
Talk about that. All of a sudden, we want to talk about holding them accountable. All of a sudden, we want to talk about that.
Can we talk about the DNA testing center?
This is what I wanted to get to. The actual DNA testing center. This is where real numbers are going to come from, right? And the reason why this is a problem is that women aren't being held accountable. And this is a serious matter, but no one cares about this. Pay attention.
I had two guys call in. They work at DNA testing centers. One guy had to quit. One guy still works there. He told me 40% of the children are not the man's child. 40%. He said 40%.
Somebody cool,
and
Maury.
it's usually
make DNA testing
it's
mandatory.
It's two scenarios. It's where the woman
She'll actually point out 3 scenarios.
Person's getting a DNA test because the woman claims that is their child. Turns out it's not. The other one is where the parent is on a deathbed and makes a confession, or they need a liver transplant, blood transfusion, and the blood type, there's no way that can actually be the father. So then they find out that because of medical reasons, you mean that's not my father? Then the father finds out from that way. He said it took such a toll on him that he could no longer do it because he would be sitting on the phone counseling the men and the grown children who these women falsely accused. We see it on both.
So again, this is why it's important to get books. This is why it's important to back up your research, because they're going to start scrubbing this, because there is an agenda to make sure women aren't held accountable so that they can continue this mass destruction of, in particular, the Afro community. This is why it's better for brothers to get passports and find wives outside of the U.S.
Or we see it on paternity court, but yet we say men need to be held accountable. Why are these women needing all these why does Maury exist when you are not the father? Why does paternity court exist
if DNA testing was mandatory?
accountable?
Do you know what would happen if DNA testing was mandatory? If they tested all women?
You'd have enough.
Calamity.
My sister told me the other day, this should be standard. My sister told me the last
That's why they won't do it,
She said
though.
it should be a standard thing at the hospital.
But that's why they won't do it.
They won't do it because they know that the majority, or they feel that the majority of women are lying about the baby daddy. And in this 304 culture, where 72% of women are pregnant or have children that to men they're not in relationship with. All right, greater than 72%, where 59% of black women have multiple children from multiple baby daddies. The 72% is in the black community. All right, they know that or feel that the vast majority of them children is going to be falsely that those are not the baby daddy. And what's more important to the United States than justice is extorting men, especially Afro men. Now, brothers, and if there's going to be any sisters that listen to this, that I doubt, but this woman or anybody that starts to stand up and put out any kind of truth is automatically put under attack. All right, so I want you to understand this. Now, we're used to it from coming from men, and the other thing is just Pearly Things is under attack. All right, and part of the reason that she's under attack is this group calling themselves the Manosphere that's claiming that she's the now new queen of the Manosphere, which don't make sense of then why you would call yourself Manosphere. Okay, understand this. We have too many weak-minded men running around that will not stand on the truth. And understand, if you say something that is contrary to the mantra that the Manosphere is putting out, they will also ban you. And so, and keep in mind that this Manosphere was created by so-called black men who ban, who take over other black men's stuff, who steal other stuff. I can't tell no difference between them and those that we will call hold on, what's that name they call it? Oh yeah, colonizers. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't tell the difference because the same way in which they destroy the truth and steal other people's ideas, you know, then they want to blame colonizers, right? No, we stand for truth no matter where it comes from. Even if Caucasian men wake up and start understanding the blight that is this country on the truth in people. All right? Understand this. At the end of the day, the bottom line is this, that you are looking straight into the face of those that have been trying to take us down as Africans. And you need to let them go to that wall. One of the main problems with us is we've been too trusting, and we have been caught off guard. But then the powers that be understood this about us and understood about weaponizing these women against us. And we failed to see it because we as men weren't righteous anyway. All right? Anytime we give up our jobs as judges, we're not righteous. Anytime we let things go because, well, you know, our mama black, we're not righteous. Anytime we parse truth and say, well, it's bad if the Caucasians do it to us, but then we allow others in our community to do it to us, then we're not righteous. And that's been the problem of the so-called black community. All right? The problem is the women have determined the culture, but the men did not stand up against them and say, no, we will not tolerate you teaching this to our children. All right? Some of us are deciding to do it by leaving them alone. We can choose to leave them alone by letting them hit that wall, whether it be the wall of silence or the proverbial wall that they hit when they get too old. All right? We don't have to build with women that's trying to destroy us. With that said, I'm out.